Okay. So,
If you can remember, of
so
course.
right. Yeah. So we have the brain. We call it the brain. So the marketing company is called Differo. It means different in Latin word. So that's the mind of our companies, right? So Differo come up with the camping ideas, come up with those 100 feet, 100,000 feet high ideas. So that's the brain, and we have the eyes. We call the visions. The wheel film. We do visual stuff, right? So the mind gonna give the eyes signal. Okay, we're going to see this thing in this angle. So yeah, the eye is gonna go see that angle. And we have our cute little baby called HaliTube. HaliTube is something I think I chatted with Ben a long time ago. It's my heart. HaliTube is a media company that we utilize the mind and the eyes we have to help the newcomers or underrepresented communities to make a voice. So that's HaliTube. And also we have city models, our talent pool. I saw a website in your background there.
Of course.
Yeah, so yeah, whenever we need talent, professional actors or models or influencers, we can hire our own people. So I think it's a very very healthy cycle.
And which one of the companies was the first one that you started?
Will Film is the first one. From my very beginning selfies to Will Film. First thing we want to achieve is to make a selfie a business. So Will
Uh,
Film, yeah.
so with your, I mean, something I didn't know about you is that you're a big movie guy. Um, where do you see um, yourself going in terms of filmmaking, in terms of that direction? I mean, I feel like from what it sounds like, at least a big part of the reason that you came to or decided to come to like Canada or North America in general is the pull of the film industry here. Um, so love to hear a little bit about that.
Cool. That was my dream. But that was my dream. But then I think you two will understand that too. When you work in your dream industry, you see things very differently,
Hmm.
right? It's a business right now. It's how to say that my business part of me consume the creative side of me humongously. I don't think in my brain I can fit both of them well. Um, yeah, I just want one day maybe I just become an artist and don't want to operate the business side. That was my dream, and I think that still is to don't have to think about budget, to don't think about client relationships, just to be there to do whatever we want to create, right? Um, but business is so different. I don't know. How about you guys? Do you find that something
E-
conflict?
We, um, I would say last year, we really focused a lot just on the business. Didn't really, we did one, I would say, passion project at the beginning of the year, but other than that, it was really just business, like making videos for clients, that kind of thing. One thing we wanted to do this year, and we're doing a pretty good job of it, is making more time for work that we really want to create,
Right.
stories that we feel like we have inside of us that we need to tell. So it's a tough balance. It is a really hard balance.
And I feel like every time you do one, you kind of feel like you're procrastinating on the other. So it's like when you're doing the business side of things, you're like, oh, I want to be creative. When you're creative, you're like, but I'm not making any money right now on this like documentary that I'm doing. So I need to go back into into making connections and kind of getting all that started. So I feel like it's always, as you mentioned, it's like that finding that perfect balance of how you can do both. But as you mentioned, it's like you can't do both at the same time. It's like that just
Right.
doesn't really work.
Right. And I never realized, the behind the scenes from the Hollywood movies are the logistics of the people, of the problem solvings. you know, it's different, right? It's very different. So when you're working that, I don't know. I'm just thinking I'm getting far away every day to the filmmaking, the movies.